All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Backseat Drivers. Buckle up. It might be a bumpy ride. Also, whatever you do, please don't make me have to come back there. I'm not in the mood. All right, regarding the whole Diane situation and the whole Wendy situation, what more can be said that hasn't already been said? I don't know, but I'm going to give it a whirl. As you all know, Wendy and Diane have really been up to crazy town lately. Diane she finally came out from under her log last night. And let me tell you, it didn't go that well. But I'm not going to start with her. I'm going to save her for a hot minute. I'll get to her. Don't worry about it. I really want to start with Wendy. And the reason I want to start with Wendy is because I don't want Wendy to get lost in the shuffle here. I know last night everybody was clamoring to be the first live stream to, start on Diane and get the views and all that stuff, and just clamoring to be the first. And I think what happened was there were so many at one time, and everywhere you turned there was a live stream, there was an upload, and I don't get me wrong, but I don't think there was a lot of I think it was volume over quantity last night. I really do. I think it was just so overwhelming last night. And I know everyone wanted to be heard. Everyone wanted their voice heard after that fiasco. I get it. As for me, I decided for me personally, instead of going live or uploading last night along with everyone, I really decided, you know what, I'm going to just hold my hat until today, and just because I really wanted to give some thought to what I felt hadn't been said, or what I felt I'd like to talk about, other than just kind of jumping in and just having word vomit, and just ranting on with my disappointment. I get it. Everyone's disappointed. Having said that, I want to turn to Wendy. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. I do, however, feel like I'm in the minority. And that's okay. What else is new? As it pertains to Wendy, some people are seeing her as a bit of a hero. I'm not one of those people. I'm just not. And I'm going to go into why. No offense to those of you, we all are entitled to our own outlooks. Let me just put that out there. I'm not here to argue with any of you who think otherwise. I'm just here to express my opinions and put them out there. If you all can get anything out of it, fine. But here's the thing. I know that Wendy put herself out there, put her neck on the chopping block, so to speak. She was able to put a truth out there initially and say, listen, Diane wasn't truthful. Turns out she's the one who came out and said that Diane was not truthful, and Diane actually wound up keeping some of the money. It didn't all go to St. Jude's as promised, and apparently she put some back into the channel, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Code for it went into her pocket, okay? But here's the deal. I think people are having selective memory. I heard very specifically, throughout that conversation, throughout that live that Wendy did, that Diane was very aware that Wendy was having that live stream. She was having that live stream. So Wendy didn't just willy-nilly come out on her own and throw Diane under the bus. Diane knew factually that Wendy was going to go out there and drop the marbles on the floor, so to speak, right? Because I remember voicing my opinion, well, that was just to test the waters. That was put to test the temperature and take the temperature in the water. That's all that was, in my opinion. Well, the temperature was taken. Not only did it go over, it didn't go over that well. Shocker. I also believe that Wendy did not deliver it to Diane's specifications. I think Diane was hoping for a better outcome. And I think Diane was hoping that Wendy could have smoothed it over better than she did. So I think in Diane's opinion, Wendy wasn't able to pull off a miracle by not being able to pull the wool over everybody's eyes further and make something huge. We understand. No, well, why didn't you say so? That's not, we get it, Wendy, that's not a big deal. Oh, that's it? You see what I'm saying? So since that didn't happen, So you see, I don't find Wendy being a hero there. I find her doing her part as planned with her and Diane. Now, I think the friction between her and Diane came after the fact. Like I said, when Diane was none too happy that Wendy was not able to salvage Diane's reputation in doing so. So Diane was still not in the clear, because I think Diane really wanted to be in the clear before she came out on her own. I think she wanted everything to be pretty much okay before she came out. She wanted all her supporters in line. She wanted most of her haters in check, right? So that didn't happen. Wendy was not able to pull that off. And I believe Wendy got a really good scolding for that. Wendy got a good beat down for that. And I think that's what caused Wendy and Diane to have a little riff, a little falling out, which that's what it evolved to. So everybody's wondering what happened between that night and then the night where you're on your own, Diane, and Wendy's like, listen, I just had time to think and I'm processing it and all that, and the more I thought about it, no, it's not the more you thought about it. It's suddenly Diane tore your ass up. Diane tore your ass up. Just admit it. Or are those one of those conversations that are just so private and they're just so private and no one's privy to that, right? So that does not, in my mind, make her a hero whatsoever. I also do not believe that this is going. See, I consider myself a scholar on human nature. I just do. My track record is pretty solid. I pride myself on it, actually. So, if I had to bet this pinky on the fact whether I'd be right or wrong on this, I'm going to bet the fact that once the dust settles, which really won't be too long, right? Once the heat just kind of settles and people fall into their camps and people are moving on to new dramas and all that good stuff, and I don't believe the stance that Wendy's taken is really long term. I don't even think it's too much in the short term. I do believe that she'll be right back there with Diane, doing whatever the two of them are going to do. And she will condone it, and she will go right back to the fact that she was just confused and her emotions were all over the map, and in the end it'll come back to they've just been friends for so long, and one friend isn't going to throw a real friend away, and all that. You know that old song. A real friend just isn't going to throw an actual friend away. So Mark my words on that one. I don't see any of these gals as being a solo player, right? If they were solo players, which means if they had the aptitude to be a solo channel, they would have already been that. What do I mean by that? See, I'm a solo artist, so to speak. Don't get me wrong. That's not cockiness. That's just kind of factual. I just have that persona about me. As you know these people when you see them. I don't have to name who they are. You just know certain individuals. It's a certain aura. It's a certain personality. It's a certain fire they have. It's a particular glow about them. It's an aura. It's a strength. It's a magnetic personality. It's just something that draws you in to them. Not necessarily in a positive way. It could affect you negatively, but it's something that draws you into this person, right? And that's what makes a solo act, a solo YouTuber. See, Diane doesn't have that. Diane is just a middle-aged, uneventful, otherwise nobody. Nobody in way of she's not a singer, she's not a dancer, she's not a comic, she's not dramatic. She's just Diane. That's just how it is, and Wendy is the same way, right? That's just how it is. And they're just not solo artists. So the only way that these people can survive on YouTube is to join forces and to stir drama and to have other people's drama on their platform and just perpetuate it. They have to host other people's misery and crazy. Without that, they have nothing. And that is just how it is, and no one can argue that. No one can argue that. So, going forward, it really is without question. If they want a future on YouTube, they kind of have to just go back to one another. And they're pretty much one-trick ponies. What else can they do? It's not as if they're just suddenly going to start doing new parlor tricks once they get back together. It's going to be the same thing. So let me now segue into Diane. By the way, I hope y'all are enjoying the ride back there. I just got a few dollars in gas. I'm taking you for a nice car ride today. I hope y'all enjoy it. So Diane last night, hold on, I gotta find my fifth gear. Diane last night was really just a pile of air. She said absolutely nothing, right? This was her apology, okay? I apologize for not taking any money from the sick children. That essentially was her apology. I apologize for not doing anything wrong. Wow. My goodness. That apology almost took my breath away. Right? When that woman eats a plate of crow, my goodness, does she eat a plate of crow. I was beside myself with her humility. So unfortunately, no, she admitted to nothing. She took no accountability whatsoever. I personally am not shocked because she couldn't. Because she knows, this goes to what I was just saying, she can't. Not if she continues to want to be a player on YouTube, which of course she does. Now, she'll be the first to say the community, she's a community member and she wants to continue to be a community member. That's not true. She doesn't want to be a community member. Diane, in her mind, is not designed to be a community member. She does not want to be a community member. She wants to be mayor. And if she's not allowed to be mayor, she don't want no part of it. That's just the truth. And Wendy is right there with her. If try as they may to deny something like that, oh, the money doesn't mean anything. They both sing the same song, but yet both are dying to be monetized and will be monetized, are monetized. Wendy will be monetized the first chance she gets. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. Cry that she doesn't need the money. That's the oldest song in the book. Beware. The ones who say they don't need the money are the first ones that's going to be trying to steal your money. And they're going to do it with the biggest smile on their face, right? And people like me and other people, like I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna hats off to Randy. I'm gonna give her a shout out here. Because people like Randy, you can beat her and you can knock her all day long. But the one thing I do have in common with Randy, I'll be honest with you, is we're not trying to raise money for other people on our channels, right? We leave our ego in the trunk when it comes to our super chats and our PayPals. I have never in my life, nor will I ever, of all my 6 years on YouTube now, have I ever turned on my PayPal and said it's for the sick lady down the street. This PayPal is for my brood of cats that I feed outside every single day, twice a day. Please help my starving cats outside, the neighborhood cats. You know, I want to give all my money to St. Jude, right? I don't do that. I make no qualms about it. Every dollar that comes in to my super chats or whatever I get from anybody, from my jewelry line, whatever it is, that is for me. It's for me to spend how I see fit, whether it's to put gas in my car, to pay a bill, to buy a top, whatever it is. If I want to buy a new pair of shoes, right? Just like Randy, if she wants to get her floors fixed, let her get her floors fixed. But you know what? At least she's being upfront about it. But these people who say, I don't need the money, but are so quick to get monetized, those are the ones you got to watch out for. Because it has been my experience that every single person on YouTube who says they don't need the money are the ones who have been the most shady and have in the end done something really crooked for someone, to someone, with the money that they have gained from YouTube. That's the truth. That's been my experience. This is no different, right? No different. Now, back to Diane. Diane says, listen, I'm just gonna, this is a kicker. She's not even out of this situation, and she says, you know, our channel, say what you want, our channel's done a lot of good for people, and we're really proud of that. First of all, you can't sit there and point to anything good you did as if it's gonna wash away the crap that it's done, right? 2 good deeds does not equal out the crap that you have done. So it doesn't matter. The good doesn't matter at this point. You have done too much crap. That's the damage. The damage is the problem here. The damage has ruined anything good. The good is irrelevant now. Anything that you see as good is irrelevant now. That's just the way it is, right? If you set the front of your house on fire, right? You set the front of your house on fire and torched it and attempt to sell your home, you call the realtor, right? And you tell your realtor, listen, the front of my house is torched like nobody's business, but you should see the back of it. The back is a gem. How does that make sense? You tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't. To anybody with a modicum of sanity, that doesn't make sense. Only in the world of Diane and Wendy would something like that make sense. That's just the way it is. So in the last video or two, in the last couple videos, I said, if these two cannot go forward without removing themselves completely from St. Jude or any, I have an ambulance coming up on my left-hand side, so I've got to scoot. If they cannot separate themselves from St. Jude, if they're unwilling to do that, there is a problem. After all this, oh honey, there's a problem. You better red flag that situation. Well, what does Diane say yesterday? From now on, I'm going to donate all my profit, all my St. Jude stuff in private. Really? How is that? I believe you just outed yourself. So much for private, right? Because you just told us what you're going to do with your damn donations. Didn't you just do that? So I take that as, I'm not going to tell y'all that I'm going to donate my donations to St. Jude, wink wink, but keep giving me your donations, right? On top of that, all my Teespring is already set up for St. Jude. So that's already set up. So I can't undo that. Oh, really? Really? You can't go in there and you can't click a link or two that detaches those St. Jude items from your Teespring items for going to St. Jude. You can't do that? Who's all calling bullshit on that? See, you don't want to do that. Why? Here's why. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because those Teespring items, who's buying those Teespring items? No one's really buying those Teespring items. A few people here and there, right? It's a small price to pay. So a few coffee cups here and there. St. Jude's getting a few bucks here and there, right? There's a bigger picture to the Teespring. They get to say all of my Teespring goes to St. Jude. They make it sound so much bigger than it is. There's really nothing. There's really this much going to St. Jude through Teespring. Let's be honest, right? Let's be real. But what a calling card that is. What a tone that sets for the channel. All of my Teespring goes to St. Jude. It might as well be a big banner at the top of their channel. All of my Teespring goes to St. Jude. And if all of my Teespring goes to St. Jude, then it's very believable that all of my Super Chats go to St. Jude. And if all of my Super Chats go to St. Jude, then it's very believable that I'm pretty damn affiliated in some way with St. Jude. That when I say I'm really a giver to St. Jude for 25 years or whatever, I must give an awful lot, right? I mean, you would never, I am so in with St. Jude, you would never question me. So the whole Teespring thing that she is unwilling to let go of, that's to condition. That's nothing more than to condition her people, any would-be donors. That's all that is. And it is a very small price to pay for the would-be donations that would follow that Teespring banner. So I want y'all to sit on that and think about that for a while. When she says, oh, she can't sever the Teespring. Oh, she can. She absolutely can. Will she? Absolutely not. Because she is unwilling. She is absolutely unwilling to go forward and not be the St. Jude gal. It's brought her in way too much money. Oh, and last night she was saying, I've not made $200,000 over the years. I've not even made tens of thousands of dollars. You are a liar. That is a bold-faced lie. I only come on 2 nights a week. How much money do you people think I make? We have seen it. We have seen it, and we have all vomited in our own mouths more than once when we've seen the kind of money that this woman has brought in on the backs of shut-ins, right? And the backs of other people's misery and anger and vitriol, as she sits there and just stews and stirs and just amplifies other people's misery and humiliates people and runs trains on people, right? Absolutely, she has made tens of thousands of dollars and then some. Absolutely, she has pocketed tens of thousands of dollars and then some. So it's pretty bold for her to sit there last night with the attitude of she's done nothing wrong. She's done nothing wrong. I beg to differ. Right? So these are my opinions. That's how I feel. The truth is, I really feel there's nothing more that can be said about this situation. Diane really is what it is. She is her own nightmare. The children will never get the money out of her pocket, unfortunately. That money's gone, you know, or it's hidden in her mattress, right? It's blown on high-end purses or medium, you know, $200 or $300 purses, whatever it is, high-end in her world, right? I've worked at Nordstrom, so I know what a high-end purse is. High-end to her is Jeffree Star. You know, there's a difference. So it's unfortunate. The whole entire thing is unfortunate. We can continue to go round and round and round about this woman, but here's what's to happen. People are just going to fall where they may. People are going to fall behind her and continue to sit there and allow her to be the epicenter of their Tuesdays and Thursdays and their focal points on YouTube, while others fall away and focus on other things and other people. It's really that simple. You know, whether she faces any legal issues or not, that has nothing to do with me. No skin off my nose if she does or if she doesn't. You know, I certainly won't be at any of her court dates. I won't be visiting her at jail. You know what I mean? So it has nothing to do with me. You know, I feel like I've contributed all I can contribute to the Diane and Wendy fiasco. So I hope you all got something out of it. If you've listened this much, I hope you enjoyed the car ride today. Thank you for behaving yourselves. I didn't have to come back there. Till next time, loves, hugs, kisses. Take care. Bye-bye.